Hey guys, appreciate everybody who's already here. Don't be afraid to drop something in the chat, you know. Just making sure everything is okay on the back end. I'll refresh this. All right. I'm not gonna open that up. All right, guys. So, I would say first I gotta say welcome to the stream. My name is A1Fx, and what we're gonna be doing here today is we're gonna be adding the baseline portion of my algorithm that I'm building online for y'all, part of the YouTube series. But yeah, so I gotta say I did a little bit of handiwork before I actually came on live stream with y'all guys, and what I did was I took the old baseline from my last hey Daria, what's up, Mark? But yeah, so I took my last baseline from my previous algorithm that I was building in the first couple of streams y'all saw. And the reason why I took that one is because I saw it was a really good baseline that I really liked, and I really wanted to play with that one to try to build this algorithm. And one thing I want to preference before I really start testing is that the way that I see a baseline may be a little bit different than most common belief. What I believe a baseline is mostly is that give me a second, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, so let me start back over. I apologize for everybody who's watching. So the way that I see a baseline is I see it as an on-chart exit indicator, honestly, just flat out. Like, yes, it serves some purpose of knowing where price is. Price got to be above or below this. But for the most part, I believe whenever you add a baseline or add an exit indicator, you have to transition from the spreadsheet that I showed earlier. Like, let me pull it up for you guys. So you have to transition from this kind of spreadsheet with just calculating win rates to the actual spreadsheet with full numbers and the full trade listed out. And speaking about actually expanding on this idea, this is my own spreadsheet. I don't mind if you just private message me on Discord. I'll send it to you. I'll help you out or anything like that. So the way that I test baselines is I have this section over here for notes, and I color code each type of trade as I'm taking it. If it's just a regular trade, like any trades that's on here is, to me, I consider a regular trade that I would normally take. So I really wouldn't do anything special with those. But for certain differences, like say if it's a baseline cross, I'll highlight that in purple. One candle rule, I put that one down. Pullback, I put that one down. One ATR, I put that one down. And one thing I don't want to assume that everybody will know. The reason why I don't like double up, like as you can see, put one ATR and pullback, or like say in situations where, let me explain. So if you have a pullback trade, that automatically assumes that the original trade, the candle that was going to be before it, was past one ATR. And so I said that to say I color coded all these trades that was within, and some trades like this one, it was a one candle rule and it was past one ATR. So those kind of trades I might not take, and I'm just doing all these to help build a better algorithm. So then once I start implementing like little nuances and rules and things, I'll actually have some history to go off of, and that's just all these different trades. You can see that one is a little mixed too. And also with this spreadsheet, it don't take nothing to expand it. All I will do is highlight the last two sections, click right down here, drag and pull, and they'll expand it. And I got the calculation set up where it will count the rest, everything in that column. Hey, what's up? So with all that being said, I'm gonna let y'all know that this is very meticulous and tedious. So I would imagine we'll only be able to get through one pair on this stream. 'Cause I'm pretty sure while I'm testing, we're gonna have a whole bunch of questions and everything like that. And then for the rest of the pairs, I'll probably backtest that in my own time. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll just have a stream where I'm not really talking a whole lot. My mic will be muted. I'll have some of the other music like from the first stream playing and just going, and y'all can just dip in and just watch. And at most, I may be able to respond in the live chat to questions and stuff like that. So with that being said, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to expand on the least profitable pair out of the 5, and that is AUDNZD. And like I had already gave a warning, today I can't help it. It's going to be a whole lot of flipping back and forth because I need this whole part of the of my algorithm. So I already apologize in advance. Great question. I forgot to mention that. Yes, I will be taking news into account while taking these trades, because the next step of my algorithm is going to be applying a volume indicator, and y'all know how tedious that can be. That's a great question, Mark. Great question. Oh, and for the people who don't watch the live chat, his question was, does that mean you will also be taking into consideration or taking news consideration during today's backtesting? I'm sorry, guys. I had a long day. I can't read right now. But yes, great question. So what I would do is I would look on my MT4 chart. I'm just gonna give y'all the layout of how I'm gonna trade. I'm gonna look at my MT4 chart, see if I get a trade, take that trade, look at the news calendar, and then say, okay, then I'll go in and actually put it in on my spreadsheet, the full trade. Now you see I might go ahead and check the middle one, and that's only just check to make sure, okay, I would have got this before I added the baseline, so that will be a regular trade, quote unquote. All right, let's get everything set up. We're gonna start off at 1-1-17 like we always do. trade, so I wouldn't consider that trade because it was already in process. So now I'm looking for my new entry. And so what I would do now, I got a regular trade. All I would do is measure, see if it's within one ATR. Is 61, and just give you a heads up, whenever I'm measuring with the one ATR, I don't do exactly one ATR on the spot. I give a 5 pip breathing room. Basically, you can think about a 5 pip spread. So I say right now the ATR is 70. I'll do between at the maximum 75. If it's like 75, 76, I would still consider taking the trade, because while you're measuring, it's not always the accurate, so you're not going to get an exact number. What I'm not going to do is actually sit here and hover over here and take the minus off of all that out from what my system. What I'm going to do is actually live trading. I'm not going to be sitting there and just be that meticulous. I'm going to just have my crosshairs, pull, measure it, and go. So you see this pair is just regular, so whenever I'm about to enter it into the spreadsheet, it will just be, like I said, regular. But as I got to take in consideration my news, so is I got to be in profit within 116. There we go. Oh. Alright, and so now we will scale out. And so then what I would do is measure to see if I would have got a chance to add a trailing stop. No, so that means I just exit at this regular candle, and that is 0478. All I'll do is copy and paste this down, and we move on to my next trade. So I was just about to say that, as you can see now, I have a baseline cross, and so I would take that trade and I would go to my news. So news was on that day, and with the way VP testing news, you can take trades on the day of news. If it's a day before, you cannot. And also, one little nuance that I'm gonna do a little bit different is if I'm already in a trade and I've scaled out, I'm going to, for just back testing purposes, I'm just going to let the trade run. I'm not going to cut it off if I scaled out. If I scaled out and may move my stop loss to break even, and news come and I'm a little bit underneath, I'm not going to close. I'm just going to keep testing it as if it was just regular. Because if I'm winning big, it's just how much I can win. So that'll be simple. Okay, so once I enter in all that data, I will come over here, highlight the blue, and put it there. 1.0507. And then I'll just come over, copy and paste it, and just do that. And since I know y'all haven't been doing it lately, I'll go ahead and copy this onto this chart so y'all can have this as a reference. That was a regular entry. So then we will measure this out. It's 55, 58, so that's within one ATR. Just make sure no news event happened. Yeah, so we're good. So now we just scaled out and collect pips. Hey, what's what's up, Foul? I appreciate you coming to the stream. And guys, don't worry, I'm like my other streams, I'll upload this one to my YouTube page so y'all can come back and watch the beginning of it or just take a part anything y'all would like. 0.0415. And guys, one other thing I want to let y'all know is it all depends on the way you build your algorithm. For this algorithm, I already had a good baseline, so that's what I would do. Now let's just say for the other hand, that say if you would put an exit indicator first, you would still scale out and do everything that you need to do, and then you will either try to have a baseline that gives you either better entries or better exits. Or that's really it. I feel like, in my opinion, volume indicator should be one of the last indicators you put on, because one thing, that's the hardest indicator to put on, and that is, you don't want, how can I explain this? Your volume indicator should not be taking away your ROI on wins. I would just say, because a lot of y'all first time building algorithms, it's completely okay to just build your first algorithm without a volume indicator. It's highly preferable, but it's understood if you're not. Just sometime along the road, if you really want to become a professional trader the No Nonsens Forex way, you'll have to develop and find a really good volume indicator or volume system. So now I'll be looking for a baseline cross. Alright, so that's happened. So that means this will be a new entry. So at first this would be a one candle rule, but this one flipped over, so it's not. Alright, so we have a new trade. It's a regular trade. We'll measure the ATR on it. It's 78, 77. I'll measure it one more time just to make sure. So that's past one ATR. So what I would do in this, what I'm going to do in this situation is push it over one time and no pullback rule happen. So then therefore I will only put in this trade, but I will just put it as a one ATR. And then I'll just make sure news. So that was the day of news, so we're okay. Then we just proceed as usual. 0.0589. So then measure. Yeah, that one to hit. 0.66. Then I would just take it, copy paste. There you go. Now I'm looking for a baseline cross. Alright, I give it one candle. C2 did not catch up, as you can see down here. So what I like to do is refer back to here, because these are for definite, or hopefully for definite entries. So 3, 2, 3. So that's when I normally. So right now I'm about to catch a trade. So I will measure, see if it's one ATR, 110. So this was no pullback trade because price still continued to move forward. So I would treat this one like I did the last one and keep it pushing. And there's no news events in the way. Oh, and one more nuance with this. With this algorithm, I'm testing that my only exit will be my baseline. If my C1 indicator flips, I will not exit, and that is just for this algorithm based off my prior results. I'm going to try that out. So that crossed my baseline, and I'll get out here 1.0874. Yeah, sometimes I get out the groove, but still gonna have to get marked. Baseline cross, everything said okay. Let's make sure news. So 4.3 I have till 4.2. So news happened that day, so I would not take this trade. I'll just act like that signal never happened, and we'll just continue as usual. That is another baseline cross entry. It's obviously within 1 ATR. Let's make sure no news events happen. 412. Exit rules. Yep. See, so I got till 411. 411 right there, and that's it. Then I'm going to just throw that one right there. And news came 1 point. Hey. Alright, and so now we will continue as usual. We're looking for a baseline entry. Alright. It's 425. So right now I'll give it one candle. One candle, it caught up. And so now we will measure it. 70. So that's within 1 ATR. Oh, let's check rules. So 5-1. Yeah, so we're good. Is it gonna pop up? There you go. Go ahead and highlight this. .425, so we'll measure if it's 1 ATR. Measure it one more time. So that is past 1 ATR. Let's see. So there would be no pullback, so we'll take this trade. And let me just double check for y'all. 5-1. So we have till 5:29. Oh, so we scaled out on the day right before the news, so we'll continue as usual. 1.0906. And then I'll just, since I saw it came down and hit my baseline, I'll just put this trade over here. And that was it wasn't a regular entry. It was past 1 ATR. Alright, so let's see. That was a regular entry, but as you can see, it's far past 1 ATR. So let's see if we had a pullback opportunity. No pullback opportunity. So we will just mark that down as 1 ATR. go ahead and mark that before I forget. Oh, we gotta check for news. So we have to make money before 5/9. Or before 5/10. So we will exit on this candle. 0.0645. And let me make sure, yeah, because news was 5/10. Oh, you see? Normally we will only get half the pip. So let's say $10,000, 1% risk, we only get $33. But instead, or this situation, I'm 2%, because I'm just doing the 4 string so everybody can have recollection. Actually, no, I'm gonna change that. I like testing with 1%. So 1% will normally be $33, but now this going to probably be a lump sum of around $40 and some change. Yep, so $48. So now I will be looking for a baseline entry. My next trade will be coming 6:15. Baseline entry, give it 1 candle, didn't show up. Baseline entry, 1 candle, it did not show up. Man, I wish it would have showed up. That was nice. Alright, so 6:15 finally showed up. Measure if it's 1 ATR, it's about 70. Yes, so this is a regular trade, so we don't add nothing to it. But we do have to check for news. We're going to push that up. Oh. So I believe 6:20 is our date, because news happened on the 21st. Yes. And that was within 1 ATR. Alright, so that's a baseline cross. Oh no, that's an entry. So that's a regular entry. Give it 1 candle. It did not show up, so we'll continue as usual. Alright, 629. I believe that's a regular entry. We'll see if that's 1 ATR. 100. It's not. Let's see if there was a pullback option. There was a pullback trade, and it's still above the 0 line. So what I am going to do, let me make sure, double check on the stream. Yeah, so I will mark that trade down instead. So 6:30. Let's check our news. 7:3. Oh, we couldn't take that trade, so we'll just act like that signal never happened. And it was a good thing that we did that. So we gonna give that 1 candle. Nothing showed up. Alright, give it 1 candle for everything to catch up. C2 indicator did not catch up, so we'll carry it business as normal. Alright, everything said yes but the C2 indicator, so give it 1 candle. It did not show up. Man, this is a little good trend right here. You see that didn't fully cross the baseline, so this will not be an entry. So that did. So now I'm looking for a baseline entry if it shows up. All right. So this finally gave an indication. Everything's saying yes. So I'm gonna see that is an actual trade in my system to check for news. So we have till 9:18. Oh, dang it, pressed the wrong button. I apologize. Yep. So, let's see. Let's see if that was past 1 ATR. That was past 1 ATR. And we're going to exit on this candle. Alright, and so now I will be looking for a baseline entry. Alright, it might come, baseline entry happen, everything's saying yes. We'll look at news. So we have to make money before 10-2, or yeah, so before 10-2. So actually news happened. Yeah, so I will exit on this next candle. And we're gonna go ahead and highlight that. Alright, so I just got an indication from my C1. This is a standard entry. Yes, it is. Check for news. So we have to make money by 10-16. I'm gonna just go ahead and scale it out just to see what happens. Oh, so we end up losing that trade. Let's see if it was past 1 ATR. 88. So this is a pullback entry. Let's make sure this came within 1 ATR. Oh yeah. So that actually went into profit. 0.0946. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that for pullback. And hey, I actually got away with a little bit more profit. Looking for a base. Oh my gosh. So that is not on our entry list, but we have to take that trade. So this will be past 1 ATR. Yep. So then we'll check our news. We have to make money by 10:30. Alright, so that's that. If we're gonna give it its markings. and that was a baseline entry. Looking for a baseline entry. Okay, so I got that signal instead. Now I'm going to go here. So regular entry, news. We have to make money by 11.5. So that trade never happened because of news. So we'll just carry on about our day as usual. This is a baseline entry, 11.15. We're going to push this up. So I have to 11.20. Or that crosses my baseline. And that was within 1 ATR. Oh. Alright. Now C1 indicator just gave a signal. Everything told me yes. That's the day of news, so we're okay. Yeah, that's within 1 ATR. And I exit the very next day. So it's a question from Mark K. If you are testing a baseline indicator for the first time, do you use the same method of backtesting? So I would say the first thing that you need to do is take an eyeball test. And so, like how we tested our C2 indicator, you remember how I did was I had like a section of like wins and losses. Either you take a section of, or actually do both. Take a section where it's kind of mixed, like win, loss, or some kind of mixture. And also take a section where it's a whole bunch of nothings. And then put the baseline on your chart. So here. Let me start back over. Find your section that you're going to compare it with. Put the baseline on your chart. See how the baseline compares in those kind of markets. If you like it, then you go ahead and put this into it. If not, you try to tweak the settings a little bit or find you another baseline. That's what I say. This first part, the first part to find a good baseline is it got to pass the look test. So what you'll want to do is, like for those winning trades, you'll just want to make sure if it's below it or above it, depending on what kind of signal it is. And if it's a nothing trade, what I would do is put it on there and then see if my baseline indicator got me out in time. So like say if it's a nothing and you marked on here that's a nothing but it's a win, with your baseline you don't want it where it turned that into a loss because it's too tight. And let me know if that makes sense a little bit. And one other thing I also want to say is you got to put this heavy duty work in one more time. And so what I mean by that is you only have to do this kind of heavy back testing one time, because once you scale out your first time from this spreadsheet to the other spreadsheet, you don't have to do it again. Then you transition to what we were doing previously, where we're just comparing dates, and so you can just have split your screen and just be deleting and going at it, unless you after you add your volume, and that's You'll only do that if you add a volume indicator. Now, if you add an exit indicator, then what you'll have to do is just go back to those trades. So you'll go to those dates and you'll look and see, okay, I took a trade January 15th. Go to January 15th, see what my exit indicator say, and input the difference. I don't know if that makes sense. I know I kind of gave a long answer to that question, but let me know if that helps or don't help. Okay, so cross my baseline, one candle, it didn't show up. Alright, so I got the indication right there. There's an entry, give it one candle, and it's blue underneath. So I was trading it. If I was trading, and this is what you have to go through in these kind of situations. If you're using the No Nonsens Forex ATR, don't click on it to see if it's a win or loss. Actually think about it in real life. Would you take that trade? I'm going to side on the air of caution, and that you're gonna have a whole bunch of signals, so you don't need that many false signals. So I'm going to go in with the assumption that I will not take this trade because they have not fully crossed. So wait, let's go back to that situation. So cross my baseline, get a signal, one candle, that happened, and then we just carry on as usual. I like that. I like it. Don't they all just like feel really good when stuff kind of lines up? Right there, kind of like a situation like, say you got a cool new phone and you're trying to show it off in front of your friends, and it actually works in front of them. Yeah. So one candle, it came. I will measure it. It's within one ATR. 12/7. I will go to my news calendar. You have to make money by 12/12. All right, we're good. So this is a one candle trade. We'll mark this one blue, and then we will scale out 1.0922. Alright, let's see if that was 2 ATR. That explanation definitely helped. Cool. I'm glad I could be of assistance. So that, let me see, wait. 120, that's 134. That is not 2 ATR. And that did not hit my thingy. So 1.09972. Okay, we're looking for a baseline entry. My C1 indicator finally gave the signal. Everything agreed. Go to news calendar. I'm good till the New Year's. Yeah. All right, so I will exit on this candle. And it's like, it's kind of funny in certain situations. News is the best exit you can have. And one other helpful hint to kind of throw out there in case anybody else is backtesting. Trades like these, I'm not going to do it, but say if you want to, put like a little indication right here, like say make that red or something to show that, or actually probably not red, but maybe like gold or something. So like you can also put it over there that entry, you exit that entry because of news, so it'll save you a little bit less time while you're trying to find a better exit indicator. Just throwing that out there for y'all. Alright, so 1.8, we're going to measure if it's 1 ATR. That is definitely not 1 ATR, and there's no pullback. Oh, gotta check for news. So we had to make money before 1:15. See, if that wick would have took me out 1.0865. I need something a little bit more upbeat. Right now we're looking for a short baseline entry. Say we got a long trade, 119, check news. We have to make money before 2-3, I believe. Oh, that's nasty. So that situation, it would have been good to exit with my C1, but we're not using that rule right now, so we got to take that full loss. And we'll measure, see if it was within 1 ATR. It was. .0872. So not 72, but minus B plus 4. So that's 6. 76. Boom. Whew. So I'm gonna do also what I did the other night, and actually I'm gonna go ahead and delete these. And that's what I also like about my spreadsheet is, say if you're trying to find if you made that rule and cancel those trades out, everything like that, you can keep all the data, just remove the actual signal. So I will open up another spreadsheet, and I like to compare this to my other algorithm I was building. What I just did, make sure the risk was the same for each account. So for Aussie NZ, we made 14%. For this one, we only made 2%. That's something. Here, let's try to find some differences. So you can see with this one 2.8, we had that entry, but I think oh, thing haven't caught up. I'm working too fast, guys. Too fast for my computer, man. Here, let me go back to the results tab where I made the change. Yeah, I'm just waiting on this bar right here. So how was everybody's day today, man? I'm interested. So this signal 3-2, we scaled out a pretty good trend. We did not get this trade with this one. Okay, so that's one trade difference. 3-2, we didn't get A4. Almost sneeze. Y'all must be talking about me on the stream. Okay, so and what I would like to do at this point is to just see what was the difference, to see why I didn't take this trade 8-4. I guess I can go 2-8 then 8-4. Wait, I did take 2-8. What trade am I looking for, guys? 3-2. Oh, I remember the difference. So, for everybody who wasn't here, the other streams, a difference between my two algorithms, a major difference, is right now I'm using my baseline as just a solid line, because I believe this period my indicator flipped from trending upwards to trending downwards. So it turned from, I believe I had a yellow to red, and it must have turned back yellow, and I must have entered on this candle. It's probably what happened for that one and what happened for 8-4. Honestly, I don't know why that trade didn't happen, but anywho, 62% win rate. Right now we're at 64. Can't complain. Add those trades back on. We carry on as business as usual. Alright, so we got a baseline cross. We give it one candle for C2 to catch up. No. So this was a indication. Everything said yes. Make sure news did not happen for this day. It did not. Alright. That was a little nice night. Got one ATR and we was out of there. And this was a base. Wait. No, that was a standard entry. Okay. I gotta check myself sometimes. I'll say in the United States, from my knowledge, it's still same old business as usual. as usual it can be with COVID-19 going on and everything. So right here we'll give it one candle it caught up. So let's see, it's 2 ATR, and so we'll do is check for news. So it has to make money by 2-4. No, so we did not enter that trade at all. So that was it was not a baseline entry. So we'll give it one candle. One candle, it made it there. We'll check news. 220, so we'll have to make money by 219. So we'll exit right here. Let's measure, see if it's 1 ATR. It's definitely 1 ATR. Wait, this was a one candle entry. I almost forgot about that part. I don't know why I always forget about one candle whenever I'm doing this. I gotta do better. So I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm gonna call you Cher. Cher said been great, was backtesting C1 C1 and your notification popped up. Cool. Well, I'm glad you tuned in to my stream, man, but I don't want to take you away from your work. Alright, we're waiting. So we got a baseline entry, one candle. Lawyer said, what's up, A1? Good to see you out here doing your thing, fam. I appreciate you coming in here into the stream. Alright, so had a baseline entry, one candle, and it did not show up. So we have a regular entry. And let's see what happened. I know I'm not checking for news right now, but we'll see. So we took the signal at 135. So we would have not took that signal. So we avoided a loss right there. So that was a signal from our C2. Give it one candle. That is a C1 signal. Let's see, is there 310, 314? So we have till 313 to make money. And that's where we hit bottom fall. So we'll measure if it's within 1 ATR. It is, and this is a standard entry, so we'll do nothing on the charts. Hey, I just now realized you part of the notification game. I ought to make something special for y'all. I don't know if I'm that high on the I don't think my YouTube channel is that high, but I really do respect that. I remember that, man. That is a baseline entry. Let's check the charts. 314. We can't trade the day of. We have till 319, I believe, or we'll exit the very next day. And I can't remember if that was a baseline entry. So yeah, that is, I would consider that a baseline entry. $1.071. So that is a signal, also exit and a signal. So we'll give it one candle. One candle, it did caught up. Let's see if it's within 1 ATR. It is. Let's check for news. So we have till 3:19, and that was the very next candle. Great way to snipe some pips. 0687. .0653. And that was a 1 candle rule. Oh yeah, guys, everybody who watching, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. To do everything that regular YouTubers say, I really appreciate it, because we want to be able to spread the no nonsense forex way of trading. Because more killers, more successful people we have, the better overall the community will be. Because think about it, the better quality we have in the Discord, the better people that can help you and help make your algorithm better. Alright, this was a, let me go back. Alright, so boom, that is a standard entry. And I don't need to measure that, I know that's within 1 ATR. So I have till, alright, we good. And we'll exit on that candle. .0671. This was a standard entry, right? Yeah, that's what we calculated. Let's see if I was been able to add a trailing stop. No, I will not. So we'll exiting on this candle. 0616. All right, thank you. That really mean a lot, dog. I'm glad you're liking it. Man, this is a lot of work, guys. Be the best. It grinds. So 4-3, we got a baseline entry. We can trade the day of. All right. So let's see what happens. So it opened down here and then it came and knocked out our trade. I'll go ahead and mark that off early so I don't forget. That's what I need to start doing. 0.0581. All right, it will just carry on the business as usual. So we got a signal from our C1. Everything said go. We're measuring 1 ATR. It's 82. Way past 1 ATR. Let's see. Did that make it in 1 ATR? Yes. So this will be a pullback entry. Let me just see when I will exit. Okay. So it's 4:19. Let's check the news. Oh, we're good for news. Let me go ahead and highlight that yellow. .0684. And we will exit on that candle. 0694. Alright, that is a baseline entry. So the question Mark K said, do you have the standard news events that VP said to avoid? Yes, I do. So for each pair, it got the cross references. So Aussie NZD, it has D4. So Aussie has the interest rate and unemployment. NZD, it has those two same thing, but GDP and GDT. So like I showed you, cross reference it. Boom. And there you go. And Mark K, to get access to this document, all you got to do is be able to get into the private group. Entry. So baseline entry, baseline entry. 5-4. We check news. We need 2018. We exit the next candle. It was a baseline entry. 1.0739. 0.0699. Sorry guys, I'm checking my Discord. Cause I saw I got some messages. Oh, okay, that's just from me and Judge. Just give me a second. Yeah, me and Judge been going back lately about the No Nonsens Forex. No Nonsens Forex algorithm. He's starting to backtest some algorithms, so be worried that leaderboard is gonna come out soon, man. I'm gonna probably be at the bottom. Sent my submission for entry to the private group the other day. Who'd you send it to? Cause depending on who you send it to, it might be a minute before you get a response. All right, we're looking at standard entry. Wait, hold on. So this 50, yeah. All right. Oh, that's nasty. I'm gonna check to make sure to see what kind of entry that was. Yeah, so that was a regular entry. 0.0733. Oh. If my memory serves me right, let's go. Alright, we're either looking for a short. There we go. We got our short that is not within one ATR. So now we'll check for news. 5:30. We have till 6:04 to make some money. So we exit right here, 6:1. Oh wow, we got 1 pip. The best entry of the day. Alright, so I would consider that a baseline entry. 6-7. We have till 6-13 to make our money. Take profit right there. Okay, so that's 108.38. So we got taken out soon as we entered. Oh, 8.38. That was a little nice trend. See either baseline cross or C1 indication. There we go. Let's see news. We still have till 7-2 to make our money. Oh, so let's see if that's within 1 ATR. 62, that is within 1 ATR, so that is a standard entry. And now we see how much money we make. So that fully closed. So what I would do is measure to see if I had a trailing stop. Yes, I would have had a trailing stop. And it wouldn't have got hit. That is a baseline entry, guys. So we have till 7:17 to make our money. Okay. Or actually, wait. So what I am going to do for this phenomenon, and I'm pretty sure y'all going to run into this one, where baseline at first previously looked like it was above, but as soon as the candle closed, it went across. What I am going to do in this situation is act like this trade never happened. One candle, it did not show up. -5, so we measure, see if it's 1 ATR. Oh yeah, that's within 1 ATR. So now we check for news. Alright, there you go. So this was a good nothing trade because it was a loss, but my baseline turned it. It's still a loss, but it's a smaller loss. So my book, that is a W. So one candle rule, it happened, and I'm pretty sure that's more than one ATR. Yep. So we check for news. Actually, I'm going to just cancel that. So it's just these two. So I have 8-6. So we didn't take that trade. Cool. Yeah, definitely not like I wanted all those pips, man. So 66. That's within one ATR. They check for news. We're just going to push this up. That was 822, so we're good. So that came up, open down here, came up and hit my baseline, a break even. 0967. You know, it's been kind of good lately that I haven't had a whole lot of baseline entries. It kind of kept stuff smooth and working. Alright, we'll give it one candle. It did not show up. See if I got a positive value. I got a positive value. Alright, we check for news. 918. So we have to exit on the little baby candle. Alright, I give it one candle. Everything did not show up. Keep going. That was a baseline. This is a baseline entry 10-2. And we exit right there. Hey guys, I know I've been talking a bunch of different concepts in this stream so far. Let me know if like any of it makes sense or if I need to go back and clear some stuff up. Alright, so we give it one candle. It showed up. Oh, check for news. We're good. candle. Alright, we got an entry. I'm gonna see if it's 1 ATR. It was 1 ATR. Check news. We couldn't take this one. Alright, that's good. That make me happy. One candle. So what I think is gonna happen for tonight, guys, because I feel myself getting kind of groggy. I'm going to finish the year 2018, then shut it down, ask for any questions, and we'll call it a day there. Oh. Alright, so we're looking for a baseline entry. One candle, nope. So I didn't mean to cut the stream off short. I really wish I would have finished this pair, but I ain't getting tired. So we're gonna do a little analysis like we always do. So far this year, this pair haven't been doing too well. We have to wait for 2019, but more than likely, since the low EVZ, it will not be too kind to us. With 55%, or not 50, 54% win rate, $255. So that's an overall 2.5% RO. No, that's not 2%. 0.2, something like that. 0.2%. So 0.25%. I'm trying to think what else for this. We ain't got the spreadsheet for drawdown. I will say hey, way to go with this algorithm so far. Our drawdown have went down. I think before we was at like 2.6, and now we're down to 1.55. I'm really happy about that, but our ROI did go down. So whenever we find our volume indicator, or we might find another exit indicator, it might be that. With that being said, if there's no more questions, I really want to say I really appreciate everybody who came and watched the video. You know, at the end of the day, at almost any time of the day, you could come message me on Discord. We can talk, we can chat it up about